Hi, Amber. All right, good to go.
Thank you.
You need to get up for his life, right?
I got very specific instructions this morning from Amanda. Take pictures.
Heather, do you see that wife is on the screen, making sure that?
Oh, good. The pictures were taken, Amanda. Don't worry.
All right, so Morgan asked me to teach a class on listings. So I asked her specifically, I was like, well, it's pretty broad. What do you like the process or what? So she's like, whatever you feel is gonna be the most important. So for me, the most important, how to get more listings in 2022. All right. It looks like we have some new agents, some veteran agents. So some of this might be a little bit of a refresh, but some things that you might be able to put in place or tweak and kind of just add to what you're already doing now. So the first page is basically you've got your warm to hot, your cold to warm, and your cold. These are all opportunities of how it's kind of like a brief overview, and then we're going to kind of dive deep a little bit more in leveraging your referral network. Because I feel like right now, especially as new agents coming in, that's going to be your hottest market to start leveraging. So in warm to hot, you're going to have your sphere of influence, your friends, your family, acquaintances, and past clients. So this is where, if you look at all the people that are in your life, whether you're fairly new, you're going to want to leverage these as much as possible. Let them know that you're in real estate and kind of build off of these relationships. These are the ones that you're going to be able to turn faster, less nurturing, just quicker turnaround time for listings. Your cold to warm is going to be your networking. Going to be off of referrals, one-on-ones, events, and online and social media. You can take this category from cold to warm very quickly. So, and leads me to the next one is the cold. Farming, and that is in different aspects of how you're going to send out postcards, cold calling, but make sure a big thing on this is make sure you do your research. You don't want to farm an area that doesn't have a lot of turnover rate. If it doesn't have a higher turnover rate, you may be farming, you may only be getting maybe 1 or 2 leads out of there a year. So try to target and do your research ahead of time, see whether there's a lot of turnover, see where the volume's at, make sure it's hitting the price point that you want before you start prospecting that area. Circle prospecting, this is going to be off of your listings that you already have or your upcoming listings. You're going to want to call around that neighborhood to pick up more listings. For every single listing you have, you should be able to get at least 1 more listing in that neighborhood, and you will pick up some buyers. But this is being a listing class, let's try to stick with listings. Calling expireds. Nobody loves doing this, unless you're Corey Lauer. But the big thing is, you have to master your scripts. You have to master your scripts. If you don't know your scripts, when you're cold calling these expired, you are going to get spit up, chewed up, just out the door quickly. Biggest thing here, you're going to have 3 major objections to overcome before you have the honor of sitting with them at their table, signing a listing contract. So that's why mastering your scripts is so important. Otherwise, you're just going to be wasting your time. However, for a newer agent, you might be exhausting your sphere, your networks, and you might have to go down to cold calling for listings. Now, my team, we do all 3. Okay. Pick something that you're good at and stick with it and add to this other stuff later. So try to use the best use of your time, for sure. So we're going to go right into leveraging your referral network. So over the past year of 2021, Amanda and I, we closed right at 70 transactions, 26 million in sales volume. Half of them were listings. And I think the most benefit for us was we already kind of had some systems in place, leveraging our past clients, our sphere. And our business relationships with our affiliated vendors and networking for referrals. Since we joined Keller Williams, we have doubled down on the referrals from Keller Williams. And this is where everybody here can benefit from what Keller Williams has to offer. So when you're leveraging your referral network, you have the agent to agent, which obviously they're going to take a commission split, but it's a lead that they're going to introduce you to, and you're going to be able to pick it up and run with it. So it goes from cold to warm to hot really quickly. So somebody in North Carolina might have family down here looking to sell their property, buy, back and forth, either or. Once you make that connection with them, it goes from cold to warm to hot really quickly. So does everybody have their profile with Keller Williams set up? Is it all sleek and sexy and everything? If not, I highly advise that. Put whatever your specialties on there, your experience. Even if you're a newer agent, you can manipulate it to make it sound like you're not a newer agent. You don't have to just raise your hand and say, hey, I'm a new agent, you know, but tell them about your experiences, what field you were in before, your network. Leave out the stuff that shows that you're a new agent, but just make it look slick and sexy for somebody that is looking for a referral network partner. So your past clients, several new people that they don't have clients, but you can move right to your sphere of influence. So your sphere of influence is basically anybody that you know on a first name basis, they can be your sphere of influence. Colleagues, obviously not real estate agents, but anybody that you can put, those are the people that you're going to want to start building a relationship with. And then you have your business affiliation and vendors. I leverage this all the time, and we're going to get that a little bit later. And then networking for referrals. How many people have been on Facebook and seen Keller Williams referral page? Anybody get on there?
We live on it.
If you don't do it, you have to do it. So this year alone, we probably get 2 to 3 calls a week for referrals from Keller Williams agents. One of my team members, that's all she does. All she does is scouting for referrals. She spends 2 hours a day just sifting through Facebook, looking for referrals, trying to make connections. It's speed to lead on these sometimes, thinking outside the box. You can reply back, send them a private message, have a little bio already written up, send it out to these Keller Williams agents. I get a lot of interviews, so make sure you have your value, your proposition value of what you can provide to their clients, whether it's going to be buying or selling. But there's a lot of agents that have family down here that they're not here. They have friends down here that John's calling Sally up in New York, says, hey, I'm looking to sell my house. You got anybody down here that I could use? Instantly.
How many closings do you think you've had this last 12 months by your KW referral network?
By KW referral network, at least 6.
Yeah.
But we were leveraging it hardcore. We implemented it December.
You really only implemented that like 5 months ago, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So think about that, closing a month.
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome.
Just the past 3 weeks, we've got 3 calls from all Keller Williams agents. Somebody looking to buy or sell that's not here.
Yeah.
I've had 2 last week. Jumped on a Zoom call, that is out, say, hey, we're interviewing 10 agents. So that's why that value proposition, make sure you have it all ready, because you don't know, you might have a Zoom call this afternoon, and even if you are a newer agent, they're going to ask you certain things, but you can implement certain things that's going to make you stand out compared to somebody else. So past clients, this is a absolute must. Last year, over half of our listings came from past clients. They were buyers, they turned into sellers. And guess what? They turned back into buyers after we sold their property. So your past clients is definite. You have to stay in front of them no matter what. At least 4 calls a year that you need to make to your past clients. You need to touch base with them, see how they're doing. Just catch up. It doesn't have to be a long conversation. But then at the very end, who do you know that I can help buy or sell real estate right now? We send out quarterly magazines through Reminder Media. That's another way of us touching our past clients. So 4 times a year, it's got my picture, Amanda's picture right on the front cover. It's got whatever. It costs us very little to send that out 4 times a year. So that's another way we're staying in front of our past clients. We send out birthday cards, holiday cards, anniversary cards. Know their closing date if they've purchased a house. Send them a little card. Hey, it's been 1 year. It's been 2 years. How's it going? Here's the market, you know. Touch base with them. Follow them on social media. Not everybody's on social media, but all your past clients, if they're not in your friends list, they should be. If they're on social media, they should be in your friends list. Follow them, see what's going on in their life. They're out having fun on a vacation. Send them a little message. Hey, hope you're having a good time. You know, you don't have to ask for the business all the time, but you are their go-to person when it comes to buying and selling real estate. The more you can stay in front of them, the better. I've had so many past clients working for me. They call me up and say, hey, I have a friend that I work with that's looking to sell. Can you help them? Absolutely. Guess what? That went from cold to warm to hot really quickly. We also do VIP appreciation. This is an incentive that we give to our past clients when they refer. Something that Heather Kane has helped us implement. If they refer somebody to us, they get set up on quarterly gifts. And this is all in our closing packet when they buy. And you can also, if they sell, put together a little closing packet and let them know, hey, we want to help grow this network between us. If you send it somebody to us and you had such a great experience using us, set them up on a gift. So these are all ways you can stay in front of your past clients without calling them, texting them, emailing them all the time and hounding them. You're in their presence constantly. They can't forget about you. If you implement all this stuff, you will be overwhelmed. I guarantee it. All right, your sphere of influence. Everybody you know on a first name basis. Leverage your sphere by building a relationship. You're going to call them, you're going to text them, you're going to email them. You're going to send them market updates about their property. They should be in your database. If you don't have a database, you need a database. Because as your database grows, it's hard to go back after you've been in the business a year or two to start implementing, putting people in there. Set a reminder when you need to call them, when you need to follow up with them. Just touch base with your sphere. No, these are not people that you've already done a deal with. These are just people that you know, friends, family, colleagues. They should be in your database. Get to know them on a deeper level. If you only know them very personal, just from like work or whatever, from maybe past careers, sit down with them, see what they do for a living. Maybe you can help grow their business, they can help grow your business, but just get a little bit deeper level with them. Set up a little one-on-one, take them out for coffee, catch up with them, get a little deeper, let them know that you're in real estate, how real estate's going. Maybe they're looking to buy or sell in the future. Maybe they're looking to get investment properties. Agent to agent, this is the biggest one right now, especially for us. Giving and receiving referrals. I was up in North Carolina. I was just outside of Asheville, and this is Keller Williams agency up there. I was like, hey, I'll come back here this afternoon, stop in here and say hello. Stopped in there. The team member wasn't there, but give me my card. And I told the lady at the front desk, I said, hey, did you have them just reach out to me with an email? I just work from Florida. Just want to see about maybe building a referral network. Guess what? Set up a phone call, had a 15-minute conversation, and now we're a referral partner with them. That's all it took. Said, hey, we have tons of clients that are moving back and forth. We would love to partner with you. Now, I'm not saying drive all the way across the country and pop in, but if you take a vacation, you're somewhere, maybe take 10, 15 minutes, look up the closest Keller Williams agency. If it's a place that you visit, there's a good chance they may know somebody that's moving down to Florida. So stop in there, give them your information, tell them who you are, set up a phone call with them, and maybe you guys can become a referral agent.
This is super fitting, so I thought I would just share. So I've been going through Facebook and friending, right, all the big teams, because I thought, why not, for Keller Lights. Cindy, hi Heather, one of my team members has a referral for a $1 million Maples fire. Can you help them? KWA, like that's, like, as you're just sitting here, it's a message I get, right? And then all it is just friending them on Facebook. I haven't even had a conversation with this woman, you know?
What is mine?
So that's, we'll go in our rotation.
So definitely get on the Keller Williams Facebook page. Stay active on there. And you don't always have to be sitting there hunting, but you can provide value because there's a lot of agents that just ask questions too. Definitely update your command. If you haven't done it, keep it updated too, because these agents are going to vet you out. They are definitely going to vet you out. They're going to look on there. They're going to put anything important in your bio that might be important to them or their client. If you specialize in something, put it in there. Facebook social media groups. Now, there's several referral groups outside of Keller Williams. Get on Facebook and see. I've had other agents from other brokerages that came across something that we had put out there on Facebook, and they said, "Hey, look, I have a client that's looking in your neighborhood." Came across, did an interview, set up. I mean, this spans from New York to California. I've got referrals all over the country from this. So leverage, leverage, leverage. These are people that are working for you consistently, because guess what? They want to get paid. And if they come across, they may not have somebody right now, but build a relationship with them. Just say, hey, let's build a relationship, and put those people in a database so you know. Talk to them. Send them. Find out if you friend them on Facebook, find out when their birthday is. Say happy birthday to them. Send messages back and forth. Touch base with them a couple times a year. Just say, hey, I'm still here. Out of state, out of the area, that's going to be if you're out, like I said, if you're traveling, you're traveling around the country, and you see a couple Keller Williams agents, stop in there. Give them your card. Let them know where you're from. Set up a little meeting so when you get back, tell them, listen, thank you, whatever. We'd love to become a referral partner with you. And just build a relationship with your referral partners. Put in processes in place. How are you going to stay in communication with them? How are you going to take care of their clients? Write this all down, because when somebody sends you a referral, how often do they want to get notified in the process? Ask them that. How often do you want to know? There's some agents who are like, hey, 10-year referral agreement, let me know when they close. That's it. That's all they want to know. But ask them, how often do you want me to update? Do we update this process? Put it on paper so you know. Business affiliation and vendor partners. Now, there's a lot of mortgage companies, title companies that they've been working with agents for years. So I'm not saying you're going to pick up referrals off of this, but it depends. I have had it before. Don't exclude it. But build a good relationship with these people, because they will send you people. My mortgage lender has sent me 2 or 3 people in my whole career. 2 or 3 that I didn't have. That's for the buyer side, but you never know, but they may be looking to sell as well. Contractors, handyman, painters, pool contractors, HVAC, plumbers. I leverage these for all my clients. I make sure I have a vendors list that I send out to all my clients, buying and selling, especially if they're staying local, that they get a whole vendors list of everybody that I've already used, vetted. It makes me look like I'm very well known and very well connected. But in return, I'm giving these contractors business, and guess what? They give me business back. So leverage your vendor partners. refer your database to your clients, your friends, your sphere. Now, this is going to be, you're taking your vendor, make a vendors list of everybody you use, because you're going to have somebody in your sphere that calls you up one day and says, hey, I'm looking for a plumber, I'm looking for a roofer, I'm looking for an electrician. This is a way of leveraging your database, giving it to them. It shows that you are the expert in your field because you are well connected. And when they get ready to buy or sell, they're going to be calling you up. Sitting down with your vendors basically and asking them, now it depends on how big the company is. If it's a smaller company, it's a lot easier. Set up a little one-on-one. See how you can help grow their business or how the process would be if you were going to refer somebody to them. And I guarantee you will get referrals back off of this. You help somebody else, they will help you. Hands down. Heather, you ever got any referrals off of your database?
Oh, no. So it's built up.
All right. Networking for referrals. How to grow your network. Doctors, attorneys, small businesses, financial advisors, estate planning, etc. My financial advisor bought Heather Kane's house. Guess what?
Yeah, not on
I
purpose.
sold his house. Guess what? I'm selling one of the girls in his office her house, helping her buy. So 4 deals right there, 2 listings. And all it was Amanda had sat down with one of their sales agents. They're in a book together. She had one-on-ones with all these people. And we sat down with them. They liked each other. And next thing you know, we have a referral business with them. Guess what? He calls me up 3 weeks ago, says, hey, I have a sales agent moving down from Ohio down here. I picked up another buyer. Her family lives down here and they may be looking to sell. So leveraging this is crucial. Meet up for coffee, lunch, drinks, talk to them about their business. How can you help their business grow? And you'll get it in return. This is what this is all about. These are like the hottest leads that you can get. Is because of
Mark?
these people.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Very well.
Let me back down a little bit. So I had an agent recently share something with me, and she said, I'm doing a home renovation, her own personal one. And I just thought it was genius. She said, I interviewed, contractors for all of the different parts that we were going to hire. And she said, here's my expectation. Number one, you're going to do a great job. And in return, I'm going to help you build your book of business. I will share you with the 400 agents in my office, etc. She said, and in return, though, in order for you to be the one that I choose to work with, you will reciprocate that by sending me a referral. So who is doing a renovation and they're selling their house, you can send them to me. And she literally did not choose any subcontractors without receiving a referral.
Nice.
Pretty awesome strategy. And she, with 2 or 3 months later, this is a little while ago, she was the #1 top agent in her office in Clearwater. So I think it worked.
And last but not least, when you're sitting down with these individuals, just talk to them, see how you can help their business grow, maybe get some advice, and ask them, who do they know that you could help right now? Does anybody have any questions?
I think networking groups are the way to go. I mean, for me, when I started my business, it was team networking. I don't think you guys have ever heard of that. It's a nationwide networking organization, kind of like a BNI. And that's how I broke into the luxury space. Because my personal price point was like 200,000. So my sphere was 200,000, 300,000 in Texas. But then when I started networking with business owners and they started getting referrals from them, then my network went from 750,000 to $1 million to 2 million to 3 million. And that is how I broke into the luxury space, is I would joke around and tell my husband I have to have at least 12 one-on-ones every single week. And so I would one-on-one with someone in my networking group, and I would say, do you by any chance know anyone that I can network that's within my industry that I can help them with their business? And so if I didn't, because people say, well, you tap out of your networking group because there's only 30 people in it. Well, no, every person you meet with will give you someone else to meet with.
Yep.
And that's how I grew my database, and that's how I grew my referral network. And that's how people will say, well, I want to be a luxury agent. I'm like, you don't just become a luxury agent. You have to build a network of luxury people to become a luxury agent. And unless you are fed leads that are luxury leads, the only other way to do it is to have the spear.
What do you think?
Makes sense.
Yeah. So,
Makes sense.
I would suggest, if you're not implementing, you don't have to implement all of this, but this is the fastest way to get listings. Because the cold ones they're great. Like I said, we do it. We do it all the time. I mean, I closed 5 expireds last year, and I was pretty late in the game calling expired, but I called 5 and closed 5. And I called a lot more, but it's tougher. It's definitely tough because you have nothing in common with these people other than you're the 150th agent that has called them. But does it work? Absolutely. You have to figure out what works best for you guys. But I really feel that people aren't leveraging their sphere, their networking, agent to agent. I mean, if you implemented all this stuff in the next 30 days, I guarantee you've got 2 or 3 listings in the spot.
So Mark, if somebody was to get into, or that's currently not using the referral network,
Mhm.
what would you say they should start off by doing by using the referral network? Obviously updating your.
Updating your command. And you can get on there and you can kind of vet out some of the agents and see how many deals that they're actually doing a year. If they've done like 2 or 3 deals, probably not going to be somebody you want to spend your time with, but somebody that's definitely got a track record. I would just pick a couple of different locations. You can see the migration patterns, see where people are coming and going, and target those areas. And it can start with easily as collecting names, phone numbers, and emails, and sending them out. Put a nice email together, short and sweet. Tell them a little bit who you are, not a full page, just who you are. Hey, I would like to become a referral partner with you. I'm in the Southwest Florida area. This is kind of the areas that I cover. Do you, by chance, know of anybody that I could help? And it kind of gets that ball rolling. Then you just ask, hey, can we jump on the phone or a Zoom call? I'd like to just discuss further opportunities with you. But honestly, the easiest way is jump on Facebook, because make sure your Facebook page is, your business Facebook page is updated, who you are, have some decent content on there, because they're going to stalk you. They're definitely going to stalk you. So make sure your Facebook business page, it looks good. Make sure you've got some good content going out there. It's not just like, hey, give me some leads here. It's, provide some value. And then find those people, send whoever you're collecting, find them on Facebook, add them to your database, add them to your friends list, and then send them a private message. Jump on these Facebook pages, the different groups, the referral networks, answer questions that somebody may have, if you can answer it. That's kind of how those connections just get started. That's what I would suggest, especially for the KW stuff.
I would also recommend going on and looking at agents' profiles like Mark and Heather, who are getting a lot of referrals sent to them, looking at their profiles, look at their Facebook pages and see what they're doing if you're getting into it. And then also remember, in command, there's already drips created for referral partners, so you can literally just find one that's already created, customize it a little bit to Southwest Florida view, and put these agents on drips to stay in front of them.
And one of the things that I did that I found that I got a ton of like friend requests and people follow is I hashtag all the KW hashtags. Because I think that a lot of agents search by KW hashtags when they're looking for agents. So just think about that. And then also on my personal page, I share a lot of the Keller Williams stuff, like about Gary or about the sports entertainment, because I want them to see that, yes, I'm the Kinwood team, but it's really, I'm partnered with Keller Williams, because there's a strong KW culture. And if you're not proud to talk about it or share it, I feel like some agents kind of don't engage with you with that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. It's kind of like a cult following.
Yeah, you want to see her all in, you know what I mean? They, yeah.
It's like being a Gators fan.
Exactly.
Does anybody have any questions though? Like, you guys want to discuss a little bit more about something as far as in these categories, or anybody has any other ideas?
No, but I would like a class from Morgan showing us how to do those.
Yeah, she is teaching a class.
I know.
It's, we'll announce it in like 20 minutes. In our
And for the rest of the agents, there are Eric's doing those classes Tuesdays and Thursdays where he can show you how to do all of that. And I mean, really the best way to do it is find the agents that are telling you that they're doing a lot of referral business and look at their profiles. You'll see what Adrian's profile, I'm sure Amber's, Jared's, Mark, Amanda, Heather, Nico. Check out their profiles. Nico gets a lot of referrals.
Mark Benson
Homes,
gets
Mark
insane
Benson.
amount.
Or is Eric doing that in the training room, or is this a Zoom with Eric?
It's a Zoom, but if you would love for him to do it here, I know that he'd be more than willing to.
Okay.
So when I spent time with Brady Sandall when he was here before Christmas, he said that a ton of referrals get passed by people who attend the masterminds. So when you're logged in on a Zoom and you see people, you can kind of try and figure out who they are, and then they connect that way. So instead of you just reaching blindly out through command, you can say, hey, I saw you on this luxury mastermind. I'm here in Naples, Florida. You know, would love to connect with you. And that's where I think Mark Benson does a great job, is he's on all of those masterminds. So he's networking with all those agents to get the referral business.
And he always has his name dash Naples, Florida,
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
It doesn't matter which call, because that
Background is with Naples Pier, and you know, it's very clear. Another one, if I may add to you, Heather, you know, Jim Shaw every morning
Yeah.
at 8 o'clock, it's 700 agents every morning on average, if you engage with them. I mean, every morning this year, how many referrals they sent to each other? You know, and then after that call, they usually go to the smaller groups for script practicing. We all need a accountability partner, script partner or something. Why not go outside of our little bubble here and have a partner somewhere, I don't know, in Chicago? You know,
I love it.
The worst thing you can do is do nothing. So,
There's a strategy that I borrowed from an agent, and she either went to the Bold page or the KW referrals page, and she did some research on the areas that were moving to her area, which when you look at the Florida map, you'll just see all of these arrows coming to our area. And she went to this page and she would type in at the search box at the top of the page, let's just say it was Tampa, or no, she wants the farther away agent. So let's just say it was Manhattan or San Diego, and she would put in that word, and then all of the messages related to that would pop up. Then she would see all of the agents' comments. Oh, you know, you've got to talk to Mark Fennig. You've got to talk to Mark and Amanda. Talk to Mark, you know. And so then she could quickly zoom in. Hey, here's the top probably 3 agents in that area that I'm going to call and make relationships with and get into dialogue. So she leveraged what was already in place to, you know, target specific areas that were moving to her area, which I thought was pretty genius.
Yeah, people don't, I mean, we're the largest real estate company in the world, right? Why wouldn't it be the first place you start as a network? be more a part of it, right?
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got started with your allied resources, on how you do those connections? Did you just start calling up the ones that you were using, and saying, let's go to lunch?
As far as referrals or network? Like, as far as the
Yeah,
networking
referrals.
referral? So we delegate that to our admin, but if we had to do it, we would just start with the email, a nice professional looking email, just saying, hey, it's who we are. We'd love to sit down with you and just chat about business. That's very short and sweet. You either get a yes or a no. You know, I mean, everybody's busy now, but we would say, hey, we'd like to get up in the next maybe week or two. You know, what's your schedule look like? Could we meet for coffee and try to make it convenient for them? You know, so it's like trying to find out where they are kind of located. So say, hey, can we just jump to the local Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, and just kind of chat about business? You know, see how we can kind of help each other. And that's it. And then when you get there and you're at that meeting, it's not me. It's you're asking them questions. What do you do? You know, if you already have an idea, but you don't know, like, well, kind of give me a little detail of, you know, what you do, how does your leads come in, or how can I help you? Because naturally, you start asking those questions to them, they're going to come back around and they're going to ask you. Otherwise, if they don't, there's no the people you're going to work with. Because naturally, people want to help people, and if you kind of throw it out there that you want to help grow their business, they're going to in turn be like, subconsciously, they're going to come back and go, huh, they're asking all these questions how to grow my business. Maybe I should ask them how I can grow their business. So that's just how kind of how it works. But you just gotta. The biggest thing is like past clients. Leveraging your past clients is the easiest ones to get referrals off of, because I've got 4 full-time people that I pay, but I've also got a list of people that are out there working for me, because all my past clients that are on social media, when somebody says something about, hey, I'm looking to list my house, who should I talk to? All my past clients are chiming in, and they're like, I don't know, you must be pretty good because I got like 5 people that recommended you. You know, that's just the power of leveraging your network, because you're top of mind all the time. You're not always asking for the business. You have to ask for the business, but if you do such a great job with them buying or selling, naturally, when somebody says, hey, I'm thinking about listing my house, like, hey, you can talk to Mark Fennig. They're phenomenal. Like, oh, I didn't know you need home. Like, here's a number, whatever. And social media is the same thing. I mean, I've had so many past clients that somebody calls me up and it's just like, you had like 5 people say that I need you to talk to. And sometimes it can happen, sometimes you can't. You know, but
that doesn't happen if you don't do the
What
phone
if-
calls and you're not having a conversation.
Yeah.
You close the deal,
Yeah.
and then you're on to the next, and you totally forget about that, you will not get those business. Now you'll look back and see all the missed opportunities.
the only way to get more listings in 2022 is to sign a listing contract. So you have to have conversations with people, right? So today, take an hour, go through this, and see what you can implement. Write it down. What can you implement this week? What can you implement next week? Take it. There's a lot of information here, and I wouldn't expect everybody to do this like all in 1 week, but come up with a plan of action. Write it down and stick to it. You know, I'm going to do 3 items this week. I'm going to set this up. Especially if you're new agents, chances are you got a little bit more time than some of us. So it's easier to get these systems in place now, because once you start getting busy, it's hard to go backwards. You know, let off the gas, pump the brakes. But just go through and get a plan of action together. Write down, go through your contacts on your phone. Put them in your database.
You don't have to go through them, we can actually just export them, put them right in there.
Talk to them. Yeah.
Who has some questions for Mark? All right, who's gonna implement what this week?
I've been doing a lot of the agent to agent.
Mhm.
I find myself making more referrals to them, and this morning someone called me
Yeah.
about yesterday about a lot that they were looking for, so it was somebody that I referred something to, so I do want to just confirm that it does work.
It does work. It's not that instant, you don't get that instant gratification where you refer somebody and then they're like instantly, oh yeah, I got somebody for it. It doesn't work that way, but you think if you had 50 of those agents that you were constantly sending people to that sent back,
Mhm.
that could be a good potential hit.
Yeah, one thing I would say also is some agents, they don't know how to use a referral network, so they'll call the office. I would highly recommend, if you don't know how to do it, stop at one of us and we can show you how to find an agent, because you're way more likely, I mean, obviously to get reciprocated with a referral than if you send it to the office, right? Give it agent to agent. That's a beautiful thing about referral network, is that it's agent to agent. If you send it to the office, the chances of that agent thinking of you and sending you one is a lot less than if you were just to reach out to the agent directly.
I've been doing it through the Facebook, like the referral page, and getting people that way, they'll private message me or back and forth, so if there's something else that I should be doing, after since I haven't talked to you.
Well, I just mean like you're finding them in command.
Yeah, no, not in command, I actually go to the Facebook page, the referral page.
So there's a
And
command
ask.
referral tab where you can go in and actually find who's moving here. So let's say, for instance, Arizona is always a big one for us, or in the last like 6 months it has been. So you can go in and find agents in Arizona and add them to your referral network, add them to a smart plan, add them on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, don't be hesitant either to reach out to other agents in the state of Florida here, because a lot of people that live in our area also have friends and family that live on the other coast, they live up in Tampa, and it's definitely out of their area, but they will refer to you because they're like, hey, I have a sister that's in Fort Myers, Naples, that's looking to sell, that's what, another way, I mean, we get it all the time. We have a referral partner in Tampa, and we just kind of go back and forth constantly.
I would definitely say, like, on the other coast, definitely find some over there, because when people are moving here from up north, they don't really know which coast they want to be on. And a lot of them tend to think they want to be on the East Coast, right? So having referral partners on that East Coast, highly recommend that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I mean, most of us are pretty much, heavily weighted on social proof, reputation and stuff, Facebook. Everything you said makes total sense. Everything you said is intuitive, is what I would intuitively, I do. So what I'm trying to say is, in essence, focus on referrals via that network. Once you get a couple of listings under your belt, I mean, first just do the work, do the necessary work, put your nose to the grindstone, get the listings.
Yep.
Posting that, you're putting it on your social media. Now you have some credibility to go back in and use that
Absolutely.
as an exponential
Absolutely.
launching pad.
Yep.
To do that, oh, I didn't even have my first listing, I mean, that's just counterproductive, right?
Yep.
That's one
Yeah, watch what you say. Definitely watch what you said. But yeah, it kind of builds, because as you start getting known for listings, it will naturally start coming to you. I mean, I've only been in business 3 years. My wife's been in it 5.
How
So
many listings did you guys have this year?
2021, 31. Beginning of 2021, we were definitely offset with buyers. We were definitely buyer heavy. Met with Becky. Becky's like, hey, you guys gotta flip flop this, like now.
She made us switch roles.
Yeah, we had to reinvent our whole business plan. So now we're definitely listing heavy. But it takes time to get there. But like you were saying,
You can't fast forward this.
You can't fast forward. No, you gotta take what you got in the moment and work with what you got.
Yeah.
But as you get one listing, go guns blazing, because there's another listing in that neighborhood. That's what.
Yeah, circle prospect, my first list, I have my first list, I'm actually this.
Yep.
Figuring it out.
Circle prospect that neighborhood, because chances are there's somebody else in that neighborhood, that community, that is looking to list. We do postcards, we call them 3 different times. It's coming on the market, it's pending, and it's sold. So 3 phone calls they're getting from us. pounding it. And open houses, door knock the neighborhood, let them know. Now, if you're in a community, maybe a little bit more strategic about it. However, it's just a courtesy. You're going up, you're not gonna say, hey, just want to let you know we're having open houses today between 1 and 4. You might see a little bit of extra traffic. That's it. Not soliciting, you're giving them information like, hey, just want to let you know if you have kids or whatever, there's gonna be some extra traffic because we're expecting a high turnout today. But you're picking up, trying to pick up more listings in that area. Pick 1, because we need 2, and then more, and it just kind of keeps building. And then that's how you kind of build that listing reputation.
Yeah, you gotta build a repertoire first, and that's right, what I can do for you, Mr. Who, you know, whoever, you know, the whole U-Haul migration route, so it's good, but you got to know what you're doing first for the cost of your.
Correct, absolutely. So I would suggest too is writing up your listing plan. This is one of the things that like I have it in my head, but I need it on paper. Like, what's the plan of action? Okay, I'm sitting there, they sign a listing agreement, what's next? You know, plan of action. Partial portion of the plan is how do I get more listings off of this listing? Second part is how do I sell it, right? We're in a market today where you list it this afternoon by 5 o'clock, it's already sold. But you gotta put that plan of action together because you gotta allow how am I gonna get more listings off of this listing? So come up with that plan.
Yes, we are.
Any more questions?
Does anybody on Zoom have anything?
No, this was great. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you, Mark. Posted as well.
Off topic.
Yeah.
What did you do with the list?